All right. What's up? Um, my name's Ali Berger. Should I do it straight to camera? Okay. My name's Ali Berger. I make music. I DJ. I play live sets. I do mixing and mastering. Um, yeah, I think I started finishing tracks in like 2008. So it's been a minute. Um, and today, basically, I'm gonna give a rundown of my studio setup. Um, Write a track and then record it and hopefully record a full take of it, but if not, and even if so, I'm going to go over a way of basically like easily saving your stems if you're using gear and you have problems with MIDI sync with the computer. Yeah. And this is a pre-recorded session, but I'm going to be in the chat when it's playing. So, yeah, here we go. I'm going to try and go through this quickly because I want to have enough time to kind of like show people the actual process of making music instead of, I don't want this to be like in kind of a constructed way where people are like, oh, here's how you make a track on like one piece of gear, or, when it's kind of like something's already been prepared or there's like a time limit. I'm hoping to just, I can usually get the bones of a track at least down in, under an hour. So yeah, I'm going to try and give an overview of how stuff works, and then I'll chime in along the way as I'm making the music. But yeah, I just want to make this quick and not get too bogged down in like the specifics of the equipment, just what stuff does, so that when my hands are on something, like what I'm trying to do. And you can kind of tell what sound's coming from where. So, all right. So the centerpiece of everything, kind of the brain of the setup, is the MPC 1000. It is a MIDI sequencer. It's also a sampler, but I don't use it to sample very much. So basically MIDI, for those who don't know, stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface. It was invented in the 80s, and it's a way of sending notes to synthesizers and drum machines and sending timing to synchronize multiple sequencers. So to synchronize like a drum machine with the MPC's clock so that everything plays in time together. Yeah, so I basically use it to record loops of notes and then send them out to the other equipment in the room. So this keyboard over here, it's a Kurzweil K2000. It's great. Highly recommend it. From the early 90s. This is my master keyboard. So it's connected via MIDI to the MPC. When I play notes on here, they can get either played back they can get recorded into here, or it can just pass them through to other synthesizers, depending on the MIDI settings, which basically is what enables you to make sure that one keyboard gets some notes, but not all of them. Yeah, so when you see me playing notes on the K2000, I'm basically playing things into the MPC to get recorded, and it can be triggering the sounds on anything else in the room. Yeah, so the MPC pads can also play notes. We'll get into that a little bit more as I start recording. And the other thing to know about the MPC is it has another mode called track mute, where basically the different, I can record different sequences and, different tracks, part of the same sequence. Each track, typically, I will send to a different instrument, or they could be drums, different drum sounds, but all triggering the same drum machine. So having the track mute page available, it turns these 16 pads into mute switches, basically on-off switches for each instrument. And that's how I kind of arrange the track. Yeah. So just moving on in basic studio setup stuff. Um, all the different synthesizers in here are connected, and drum machines, whatever, all the sound sources are connected to this right here. This is my mixer. It's a Venice F24. And basically each signal comes in on one of these channels, which has a volume fader, which is down here. And then moving up, it has controls for, pick a channel you can see. So this block, I know it's hard to see. The camera is in a little bit of a precarious position, so I can't move it. But basically, there's a bunch of knobs for the sends, which lets me, they're connected to my effects. So these are extra outputs. And you can choose how much of each sound goes through that output. So as you turn it up, you can have it going to a reverb, and you can get a little bit of reverb on the snare, more reverb on the kick, a different amount on the hi-hats, all that stuff. So I have two different reverbs. One's like a longer sound, and one's more like a room sound, just for a little bit of texture. I have a delay pedal, which you can see right here. It's a Electro Harmonix Grand Canyon. And I also have a Boss SE50, which I use for kind of flanging and phasing stuff, mostly on drums, which you'll definitely hear in this track. All right, so yeah, I think that pretty much covers the gear rundown. Like I said, I don't really want to get into it. I think I will, just for the sake of understanding, I'm going to demonstrate really quickly how I can send MIDI to all the different keyboards and synthesizers and stuff in here. So yeah. So to start, right now I have the current track on the MPC is set to this Boss DR660, which you can't really see, but it's right here. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. So I can trigger it from the MPC pads, and I can trigger it from the K2000. If I change the MIDI channel here, so it's on 15, which is what the drum machine is set to receive. If I change the MIDI channel to, let's say, 1, that should give us the MS-20 Mini over here. And if I turn up the channel on the mixer, I have it just making that sound. There we go. And I can play it from the K2000. I've got this Oberheim Matrix 6, which I've been using for bass lines lately. So I'm just switching the channel on the MPC, and I'm able to play different instruments in the room. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's good for the studio rundown. Yeah, so I just want to say a couple things before I start working on this tune. I really haven't planned anything. I'm just kind of like gonna sit down and do it. That's usually how I work. Or I'll have kind of a vague idea, but usually not much. So yeah, I've noticed that I usually get the best results by kind of not worrying about the results, and not judging what I'm doing too much in the moment. I mean, obviously, to some extent, you're going to say, do I like this? Do I not like this? But yeah, it's more about kind of like finding a groove and enjoying what's going on as I'm doing it. Because ultimately, you can spend a lot of time on some tracks, can spend a little time on some tracks. It doesn't necessarily track with how good they are. It also, you might not think it's good when you make it. Somebody else might think it's good. You might decide later that you like it. So it's really important to me to just enjoy the process and make sure that whatever, the hour or 3 hours or however long it is that I've spent in the studio working on the track, it's all about making sure that that time was well spent in itself. That even if nothing else happened, even if I didn't record, I enjoyed what I was doing and I learned something. Um, and I think this feels important to me, especially now, because it's so easy to be tense, kind of rigid, anxious. And so, especially at a time like this, I try not to turn making music into something that's stressful, um, further anxiety provoking. um, it's something I want to enjoy. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do something that I've been doing lately. I'm just gonna take a second to sit and focus myself. Try to forget that there's a camera on me, which, as you can probably tell, makes me a little nervous. And just try and let go of like any attachments that I have to an outcome from this process. Just kind of get myself in the zone a little bit, and kind of establish. Sounds funny, but kind of establish a friendly attitude towards myself, towards the equipment, towards the recording. Um, yeah, just kind of sit and smile at everything and appreciate the gift that it is to be able to make music. um, to have the time and the resources to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get in the zone a little bit, and I'll check in on the mic to try and narrate what I'm doing as much as I can without kind of losing the vibe. So yeah, let's see what happens. Not gonna lie, I'm not super pleased with what's going on so far. But so basically, I'll run back and go over a little bit of what I did. So yeah, so basically, the first thing I did was program a kick drum pattern. Then I put in this tambourine on the 707, and what we have on the 707, it has its own sequencer. So I've set the sequencer to loop after 3/4 of a bar. So that's why if you listen to the loop, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just counting the beats along, but the that tambourine sound is repeating at a different rate, which just kind of gives things a little bit of a roll, a little bit of motion. So I have the hi-hat on there too. I have a shaker on the DR660 along with the kick. Hi-hat was loud. I have this rim shot. And then this percussion, which is going through the delay. You can hear that's without. That's with the delay. And then I put everything through the SE50 a little bit, which is that's what it sounds like without. And that's with. Then I made this bass line, which is off the MS-20. And you can see I'm unmuting things just by pressing a pad. So that's muted now. And now it's back. And here's this piano. And now I'm going to try to turn this into something I like. the way I'm feeling about this now is that it's got, I mean, having those two chords give it a little bit more motion, and then that's in that electric piano sound. And then, as you can see, I'm kind of like muting and unmuting different things that I've written as I go, just to try and get a sense of like how the parts are combining and how the track might move when I get to the arrangement stage. I guess that's just something I do like instinctively now at this point. So yeah, so you can hear, I'll just play it a little bit. So this sounds very filled out in terms of, as filled out as this track gets. And then I gave myself a little bit of extra percussion to mess with so that when I want to take out that piano, I can fill it in with something and kind of create a little like break and make it, it's going to get funky when I do this. Just messing with these volumes, the hi-hats. Just added a little rim shot from the 707. I think we're getting somewhere. So now basically, I think I can make something out of that. Those piano chords, that sort of gives us one direction to move in. And now I'm hearing in my head just some kind of like blippy kind of melody, so we'll see if I can execute that, throw it over top, which would be something that would come in maybe the second time those chords hit. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the feeling from what I have written so far that as opposed to something that's just very kind of looping and building slowly with elements kind of like layering and adding in over like a couple of minutes, this is going to be something that moves a little bit more like a song where, every 8 bars, like something's going to drop out, something new's going to happen. It's going to be a pretty active arrangement as opposed to something very like patient, like a techno track or something like that. It's pretty, it's pretty bright, sunny kind of feeling thing. So yeah, I'm going to get back to it. Gonna go for like a cheeky guitar sound. I'm gonna get this guitar sound from the JV1010, which is a little sound module. You can't see it, sorry, it's underneath the rack stuff over here. But yeah, highly recommend them. It's got a couple of bugs, but it's pretty, if you need something small and cheap with a bunch of cool like 90s kind of nonsense on it, it's not a bad bet. And I just gave that a bunch of the big reverb, which is an Alesis Nanoverb 2. Yeah. Again, cheap, small, gets the job done. Yeah. never mind. That's too much fun. I'm going to do the blips with something else, and then I'm going to play that over when we finish the track. I'll just kind of jam and hope it doesn't sound terrible. All right. It's cheesy, but come on. Come on. It's not the like. So that's getting somewhere. I'm going to go over to sequence edit on the MPC, and basically what I'm doing now, I had a 4-bar loop. I started with a 2-bar loop, and then when I did the piano, those chords, I extended it to 4 bars so I could get the different chords in there. And now I'm going to go out to 8 bars so that I can do this melody pretty long, and then I think what I'm going to do is maybe do 2 variations of it. And that'll kind of that'll be able to carry us through like a 16-bar kind of phrase before we take it back down to the drums again. Maybe with some other thing, we'll see. All right. So I actually kind of just like the first 4 bars. So I'm going to try and basically I'm going to duplicate that. And then I'm going to see if I can erase a little bit of it in that last phrase and do just a variation. So it's, doing something different at the end of each 4. All right. So now what I'm going to do is just let the loop run and mess around at the end of each 8 bars until I get something I like, and then I'll record it. Recorded something, didn't like it, erasing it, doing it again. There it is. Okay, cool. So I think there's probably just about enough to go on there. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna start up Ableton. Yeah, I guess maybe we don't have that much time left, so I think I'm gonna try and I'm gonna do a short take maybe just to show you what that would look like. And then when I say a take, I mean I'm just gonna do a jam with the arrangement that I sort of have in my head. This is usually what I'll do. I'll basically, when I get to a point where it feels done, I would use a different sound for that lead, the bloops that I added last. And maybe I still will. But anyway, yeah, basically what I would do is usually once I get to this point, I'll just kind of start to jam out the arrangement as best I can. And then I just record off the stereo output of the mixer. So what you're hearing is what's going to get recorded, basically. So I might EQ a little bit. I mean, ordinarily, I would spend a little bit more time getting the sounds right. And I'm not sure I'll do the guitar situation on this jam, but maybe. Yeah, so I'm just going to do it so that we can get it done. Basically, I have a lot of thanks to the million cymbals that I've decided to use, and the that flanger effect. There's kind of a lot of like build up in I think like the 2 kilohertz ish region, 1 to 2, maybe 2 to 3. So I have these EQs over here that all the drums go through. That's on the top of the rack. They're just graphic EQs. So I'm turning down some of that on there. Normally I would, pay a little more attention to mixing it better, but I want to get it done. So we're at that point. Here we go. All right, so that's a good example. I actually forgot to hit record on the track in Ableton. Hit record on the arrangement, not on the channel. So that's, something that can happen. I remembered at least to do that. Or sorry, I noticed at the beginning. All right. In the 4 minutes we have left, I'm going to try and explain something that I probably won't be able to explain in this time. Basically, the MPC has a certain groove to it, just the way the sequencer plays back notes. And sometimes in a situation like this, you might want to record just the individual parts, the stems of the track. I have a method of doing this that doesn't involve using MIDI sync with the computer, and does let you line everything up manually really nicely. And in Ableton, it can be super easy if things are behaving. Yeah. So I'm going to show you basically what that looks like. So I'm using the track mutes here, and I'm just going to solo. I'm going to press record in Ableton. It's actually recording now. And I'm just going to solo each part in sequence. So I'm going to turn down that. So I have a kick drum on the first beat of the first measure, right? So that's going to be my lining up point. So when I start working with the other instruments, I'm going to throw in one of those kick drums on the first beat. And when I throw that in, what that means, just by doing like that, and the advantage of throwing in a kick drum like that is that you can basically you can line up those kick drums later. So you can take the you can look at the waveforms in Ableton, and you can make sure they're directly on top of each other for those kick drums. And you can basically use that as your lining up point for everything else. So if there's one kick drum at the beginning of a full loop, if there's a kick drum like that at the beginning of a full loop of this shaker sound, then I can line that up with the kick drum at the beginning of the full loop, of the bass line of whatever else. And that way I don't have to use Ableton's warping, which degrades the audio quality a little bit, depending on what you use. Doesn't necessarily, but I like to, play it safe. So you can use no warping, and if you can basically line the Ableton grid up close enough with the actual tempo of the MPC that you don't have to use any warping, and you get your loops out. Yeah, this is probably too much to explain right now, but I'm happy to go into more detail about that if anyone wants to hit me up. Cool. Thanks a lot for watching. I think that's just about all I got. Yeah. Peace.